Well, ground zero for election deniers is Nevada and Arizona. Let's speak to Wassim Cornet in Tucson. Hello to you, Wassim. You're at a watch party for Mark Kelly. In Arizona, there are a trio of deniers running there. Tell us more.
Yeah, there are a lot of deniers who are running for election in Arizona. Chiefly, the one you saw in that report by Monty Francis right there, Carrie Lake. She is running for governor, and she told CNN right there, telling them that she was going to win that election and accept that result, and she didn't really have to face the situation where she was going to lose that election, whether she would have to accept that result. Well, it's likely that if you do believe the polls, she won't have to be in that situation because the polls put her in a pretty good place in terms of winning that race. But she is a Trump surrogate. She has trumpeted many of his talking points throughout the campaign. Fake news, the demonic Democratic agenda, building the wall. These are things that we have heard from her time and time again. And of course, just today, she told journalists that she was going to become governor. She was going to serve 2 terms, so 8 years, and she was going to reform the media. She was a journalist in Phoenix for 27 years, a local news anchor for the local Fox 10 channel there in Phoenix. And she told those journalists today that she was going to teach them how to do their jobs. Another race that we're going to watch, and one where election denialism is at the top of concerns, is the Secretary of State race. Now, normally in a state like Arizona, like in a race like Secretary of State, we would not be watching this, but it is very, very important because Mark Finchem is running again on those same claims that the 2020 election was rigged, was stolen, that Joe Biden did not win this state. He has made those claims time and time again. More worryingly, he has made claims saying that he would not have certified those votes back in 2020 if he had been Secretary of State. Now, what happens is basically when Arizonans go to vote and across the United States, those ballots are counted, and then later, after Election Day, later in the month, in November and December, Secretaries of State in each state officially certify those results. What happens if they do not, as Mark Finchem had promised he would have done, is, well, a problem because it would be a test for American democracy. So if he wins tonight here in Arizona, he will be in charge of the next presidential elections in 2024.
Indeed. All right, Wassim, thank you very much. Wassim Cornet reporting from Tucson. Let's speak to